Before we connect our Wheatstone bridge up to our diff amp, there's one more thing we have to do. We have to do what they call balancing the bridge. Like if you look at our bridge right here, we have our power supplies, there's ground right there. This is about like 3.8 volts. And the fact that this resistor is significantly different than this one, by like, 6 parts in 15 or 20, then we're going to have quite a different voltage at this terminal than that terminal. And we're going to put that through our amplifier right here. And if we have a gain of 220, it's going to saturate. The difference here is going to be approximately, almost 1/4 of the voltage. And so if we have 1/4 of, it's 3.8, we call it 4, we're going to have a 1 volt difference across here times 220. And there's no way that'll work. We're going to saturate here because we can't get to 220 volts plus or minus with this setup. So what we did was we adjusted this resistor here. This is one of the fixed resistors to get it as close as possible to the same value as this hairdryer resistor. Therefore the voltage at this node and that node are approximately the same. So how we did that was literally just got a pile of resistors and the ohm meter and measured the resistance of the hairdryer, measured the resistance of a bunch of different resistors and put them in series. Now if I measure the voltage between the two center terminals on my Wheatstone bridge, see if I can get the right wires here, we get 0.046 volts. So that's the difference. That's like our static difference. And if we multiply that by 200, what are we going to get? So we pull out the calculator, 0.046 times 220. Let's see, are we good enough? Nope, still not good. So we're going to have a 10 volt difference there. That means one of two things. We either need to balance the bridge a little bit more accurately, or we could lower the gain of the first stage, maybe down to 20, then we'll only have a volt offset at the output of our diff amp. I'm going to try that first. It's an easier thing to do, and I could just substitute in some 10K resistors, which I always have a bunch of on the bench, where those 1K resistors are. So the two R1s will switch to 10K just to get the circuit working. Then we'll see how we're doing. Because we could always add gain to the back. Right here we have a bit of wiggle room, so we can get a lot more gain out of this amplifier here, or even go to a third stage if necessary. So there's another way to balance the bridge where we could have dissimilar resistors in the diff amp, but that messes up the common mode rejection ratio. So other option might be to actually have a potentiometer in here. Make this resistor adjustable so that we could balance those out perfectly. So there are drawbacks to all those. So first thing we're going to do is we're just going to change R1s to 10K, lower the gain down, and get the circuit to work.